I'm Miguel Sanchez. Welcome to episode 37 of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. It's been a long time, my friends. A long time. Of 1 full month since our last episode, but now we're finally back, my friends. It's been a month since our last episode. Thank you for waiting patiently, but now the wait is over. We're back with another new episode, my friends, because, we did nothing but DreamWorks animation all throughout the month of March, but we'll be back. But we got another episode coming up later soon. We'll be looking at Turbo next, so be on the lookout for that. But today, here at Walt Disney Animation Studios, we'll be taking a look at our next logo. This should be pretty exciting, my friends. So guys, hope you're ready for it, because it's going to be amazing. You're not going to believe it. You ready for today's episode? Good. And here we go. Today, for episode 37, we're looking at Tarzan. So excited, my friends. I can't even stand it, but we've got a show to get to. So yes, buckle up, my friends. It's going to be wild. And you have seen episode 36. We did an episode 1 month ago. It was about Mulan. So yeah, go check it out right now. I'll put a link to the video up there on the top right corner of the screen. So go click on the link and go watch it right now. I highly recommend you can do so. It's definitely worth the wait. So do it now. Otherwise, you ready for it? Good. It's go time. Let's go do it, shall we? Here we go. So about the movie. Tarzan is a 1999 American animated feature film, American animated adventure film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation for Walt Disney Pictures. The 37th Disney animated feature film, the 10th and last released during the Disney Renaissance era, is based on the 1912 story Tarzan the Ape by Edgar Rice Burroughs, being the first animated motion picture version of the story. Directed by Kevin Lima and Chris Buck in his featured directorial debut. For a screenplay by Tad Murphy, Bob Zudiker, and Noni White, the film stars the voices of Tony Goldwyn, Minnie Driver, Glenn Close, Rosie O'Donnell, Brian Blessed, Lance Henriksen, Wayne Knight, and Nigel Hawthorne. Pre-production of Tarzan began in 1995, with Lima selected as director and Buck joining him the same year. Following Murphy's first draft, Zudiker, White, and Dave Reynolds were brought in to reconstruct the third act and add additional material to the screenplay. English recording artist Phil Collins was recruited to compose and record songs integrated with a score by Mark Mancina. Meanwhile, the production team embarked on a research trip to Uganda and Kenya to study the gorillas. The animation of the film combines 2D hand-drawn animation with the extensive use of computer-generated imagery, and it was done in California, Orlando, and Paris, with the pioneering computer animation software system Deep Canvas being predominantly used to create three-dimensional backgrounds. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for it. Tarzan premiered at the El Capitan Theater on June 12, 1999, and was released in the United States on June 16, 1999, which was 4 years later, my friends, 4 years later. It received positive reviews from critics, who praised its voice performances, music, and animation, particularly its action sequences, against a production budget of $130 million. Then the most expensive animated film ever made until Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within in 2001. The film grossed $448.2 million worldwide, becoming the 5th highest grossing film of 1999, the 2nd highest grossing animated film of 1999 behind Toy Story 2, and the first Disney animated feature to open at first place at the North American box office since Pocahontas for 1995. That rated in episode 34 of this series, so go check it right out. It won the Academy Award for Best Original Song, You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. The film has led to many derived works, such as a Broadway adaptation, a television series, and 2 direct-to-video sequels, Tarzan and Jane from 2002 and Tarzan 2 from 2005. It's going to be amazing. Let's take a look at the stats here. It's going to be a long list. Directed by Kevin Lima and Chris Buck, screenplay by Tad Murphy, Bob Zudiker, and Noni White, story by Steven Anderson, Mark D. Kennedy, Carol Holiday, Paul Brizzi, the Daugherty, Ed Gilbert, Randy Haycock, Don Hall, Kevin L. Harkey, Glenn Keane, Bernie Matheson, Frank Nissen, John Norton, Jeff Snow, Michael Surrey, Christopher J. Urey, Mark Walton, C.V. Wormers, Kelly Whiteman, and John Ramirez. Based on Tarzan and the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Produced by Bonnie Arnold, starring Tony Goldwyn, Minnie Driver, Glenn Close, Alex D. Linz, Rosie O'Donnell, Brian Blessed, Nigel Hawthorne, Lance Henriksen, Wayne Knight, and Taylor Dempsey. Edited by Greg by Gregory Polar, music by Mark Bangina. Production companies are Walt Disney Pictures and Walt Disney Feature Animation, distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. Release dates June 20, 1999 at the El Capitan Theater, and June 16, 1999 for the rest of the United States. Running time, 85 minutes. Wait a minute. Let me check here. No, 88 minutes, I know. Countries, the United States. Language is English. Budget, $130 million. Box office, $448.2 million. Okay, I get to choose, and you don't get me. But yes, let's get into the plot of the film. In the late 1880s, a British couple and their infant son are shipwrecked off the Congolese coast. The adults are built a treehouse, but are killed by Sabor, a leper. Kaya, a female gorilla who recently lost her own child to Sabor, finds the human infant and takes it back to the jungle to raise as her own. Despite her mate and the gorilla troop leader, Kerchak's disapproval. Carl names him Tarzan. Years later, Tarzan begins to befriend other animals, including a young female gorilla named Turk and the paranoid male elephant Tentor. Tarzan finds himself treated differently because of his different physique, so he makes great efforts to improve himself. As an adult, when Sabor attacks the gorillas again, Tarzan manages to kill Sabor with his crafted crude spear, gaining Kerchak's reluctant respect. The gorilla troop's peaceful life is interrupted by the arrival of a team of human explorers from England, consisting of Professor Archimedes Q. Porter, his daughter Jane, and their hunter escort Clayton, who are looking to study gorillas. Jane accidentally becomes separated from the group and chased by a baboon troop. With Tarzan saving her out of cruelty, he realizes that she is human, just like he is. Jane leads Tarzan back to their camp, where Porter and Clayton both take great interest in him. The former in terms of scientific progress, while the latter hopes to have Tarzan lead the group to the gorillas. Despite Kerchak's warnings to avoid the strangers, Tarzan continuously returns to the camp, where Porter, Clayton, and Jane teach him to speak English properly, as well as what the human world is like. And he and Jane begin to fall in love. However, they have difficulty convincing Tarzan to lead him to the gorillas due to Tarzan's fear for their safety and from Kerchak's threat. The explorers' ship soon returns to retrieve them. Jane asks Tarzan to return them to England, but Tarzan, in turn, asks Jane to stay with him when Jane says it is unlikely they will ever return. Clayton convinces Tarzan that Jane will stay with him forever, as long as he leads them to the gorillas. Tarzan agrees and leads the trio to the nesting grounds, while Turk and Tentor lure Kerchak away to avoid having him attack the humans. Porter and Jane are excited to mingle with the gorillas, but Kerchak returns and attacks the humans upon seeing them. When Tarzan restrains Kerchak while the humans escape, Kerchak coldly accuses Tarzan of disobeying him and betraying his family, causing Tarzan to flee in shame. Kyla takes Tarzan to the treehouse where she found him, shows him his true past, and says that she wants him to be happy whatever he decides. Tarzan puts on his late father's suit, signifying his decision to go to England. When Tarzan boards the ship with Jane and Porter the next day, they are ambushed by Clayton and his traitorous band of stowaway thugs. Clayton reveals his plans to capture and sell the gorillas for a fortune now that he knows where the nesting grounds are, and imprisons Tarzan, Jane, and Porter to prevent them from interfering. Tarzan manages to escape with the help of Turk and Tentor, and he returns to the jungle. Clayton fatally shoots Kerchak and battles Tarzan across the treetops. Tarzan destroys Clayton's rifle, causing him to attack Tarzan with his machete until Tarzan traps Clayton within a forest of vines. As Clayton struggles to cut himself free, one of the vines gets wrapped around his neck as he falls from the treetops, hanging himself to death. Kerchak, in his dying breath, finally accepts Tarzan as his own and names him as leader of the gorilla troop. The rest of the gorillas are freed after scaring away the rest of Clayton's men. The next day, Porter and Jane are prepared to leave on his ship while Tarzan stays behind with the gorillas. As the ship leaves the shore, Porter encourages his daughter to stay with the man she loves, and Jane jumps overboard to shore. Porter shortly follows her. The Porters reunite with Tarzan and his family and embark on their new life together. Wow. This was so exciting. Let's take a look at the voice cast here. Alright, here we go, my friends. Tony Goldwyn as Tarzan, a 20-year-old man raised by gorillas who finds his human roots. Glenn Keane served as a supervising animator for Tarzan as an adult, while John Ripa animated Tarzan as an infant and child. John Ripa started studying the movements of young chimpanzees to use for young Tarzan's animation. Goldwyn provided adult Tarzan speaking voice with his co-star Brian Blessed provided the Tarzan yell. And yes, you know Yes, you already know Brian Blessed. He already had his own sleep story that ran to overall Moshi sleep story reactions. It was Brian the Booming Moshling. I rated it on episode 62 of that show, so go check it out right now after you're done watching this video. That's right, Brian Blessed has his own sleep story over Moshi sleep story reactions, so go check it out right now. Moving on, though. Alex Dealins as young Tarzan, Minnie Driver as Jane Porter, the eccentric, feisty, benevolent, and intelligent daughter of Professor Porter. She is the first of the group to encounter Tarzan and becomes his love interest. Ken Duncan served as the supervising animator for Jane. Many Driver's mannerisms and characteristics were incorporated into Jane's animation. The scene where Jane describes meeting Tarzan for the first time to her father and characteristics were incorporated into Jane's animation. The scene where Jane describes meeting Tarzan for the first time to her father and Clayton was improvised by Driver, resulting in Ken Duncan animating one of the longest anime scenes on record. The scene took 7 weeks to animate and 73 feet of film. That was a lot of friends. Glenn Close as Kala, Tarzan's adopted mother, who found and raised him after losing her biological son to Sabor. She is also Kerchak's mate. Russ Edmonds served as the supervising animator for Kala. Lance Henriksen as Kerchak, Kala's mate and Tarzan's adopted father, a silverback and leader of the gorilla troop, who struggles to accept Tarzan, since he is a human. Bruce W. Smith serves as the supervising animator for Kerchak. Brian Blessed as William Cecil Clayton, an intelligent and suave yet arrogant, treacherous hunter who assists the Porters on their quest. That's right, Brian Blessed. He also did the Tarzan yell, and again, episode 62, Moshi sleep story reactions. He has his own sleep story, Brian the Movie Moshling. So go check it out after you're done watching this video. Moving on. Randy Haycock served as the supervising animator for Clayton, basing his design on Clark Gable and other film stars of the 1930s and 40s. Nigel Hawthorne as Professor Archimedes Q. Porter, an eccentric, short-stature scientist and Jay's father. Dave Berger served as the supervising animator for Porter. This was one of Hawthorne's 2 final acting roles before he died in 2001. Rosie O'Donnell as Turk, short for Turkina, a feminization of Turkos, merged with Tika. Okay, that's good. Tarzan's best friend, a wise-cracking gorilla. She is also Kala Kerchak's niece. Mickey, her, and Tarzan adopted cousins. Michael Cere served as the supervising animator for Turk. Wayne Knight as Tantor, a paranoid and submissive elephant, but Tarzan and Turk's close friend. Sergio Papalos served as the supervising animator for Tantor. Woody Allen was initially cast as Tantor, but Jeffrey Katzenberg persuaded Allen to leave the project and join DreamWorks Pictures as Ants from 1998, which I rated in the very first episode of Movie History, DreamWorks Animation, so go watch that after you don't watch this video. Moving on. Taylor Dempsey as young Tantor, Eric Von Denton and Jason Marsden as Flint and Mungo, a duo of young gorillas who are friends with Turk, and Lily Collins as the baby ape. So that's it for the voice cast. Let's go to production, starting with development. It's a long one, guys. Disney's Tarzan was the first Tarzan film to be animated. Thomas Schumacher, then president of Walt Disney Feature Animation, expressed surprise that there hadn't been any previous attempts to animate a Tarzan film, saying that here is the book that cries out to be animated. Yet we're the first filmmakers to have taken Tarzan from page to screen and presented the character as Burroughs intended. He noted that in animated form, Tarzan can connect to the animals on a deeper level than he can in live action versions. In 1994, when a Goofy movie, 1995, was nearly finished, Kevin Leva was approached to direct Tarzan by then studio chairman Jeffrey Katzenberg. He had desired to have the film animated through the Disney Television Animation Division with a new animation studio established in Canada. Leva was reluctant to the idea because the animation complexity is being done by inexperienced animators. Following Katzenberg's resignation from the Walt Disney Company, Leva was again contacted about the project by Michael Eisner, who had decided to have the film produced through the Feature Animation Division, by which Leva signed on. Following this, Leva decided to read Tarzan of the Apes, where he began to visualize the theme of the two hands being held up against each other. That image became an important symbol of relationships between characters in the film, and the metaphor of Tarzan's search for identity. I was looking for something that would underscore Tarzan's sense of being alike, not yet different from his ape family. Leva said the image of touching hands was first conceived as an idea for how Tarzan realizes he and Jane are physically the same. That's good. Following his 2-month study of the book, Leva approached his friend, Chris Buck, who had just wrapped up work as a supervising animator on Pocahontas for 1995, to ask if he would be interested in serving as co-director. Oh boy. Buck was initially skeptical, but accepted after hearing Leva's ideas for the film. By April 1995, the Los Angeles Times reported that the film was in its preliminary stages, with Leva and Buck directing after Disney had obtained the story rights from the estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs. And that's it, my friends. It's everything you need to know. Let's stay with production. We go to writing. Tab Murphy, who had just finished work on The Hunchback of Notre Dame from 1996, was attracted to the theme of man versus nature in Tarzan and began developing a treatment in January 1995. For the third act, Murphy suggested that Tarzan should leave for England, as he did in the book, but the directors felt that it was incompatible with their central theme of what defines a family. In order to keep Tarzan in the jungle, the third act needed to be restructured by redefining the role of the villain and inventing a way to endanger the gorillas. In this departure from Burroughs' novel, a villain named Clayton was created to serve as a guide for Professor Archimedes Q. Porter and his daughter Jane. In addition to this, Kerchak was recharacterized from a savage silverback into the protector of the gorilla tribe. In January 1997, husband and wife screenwriting duo Bob Sudiker and Nunny White were hired to help refocus and add humor to the script as a way to balance the emotional weight of the film. Comedy writer Dave Reynolds was also brought on top to write humorous dialogue for the film. I was initially hired on for 6 weeks of rewriting and punch-up, Reynolds said. A year and a half later, I finished. Either they liked my work, or I was very bad at time management. One challenge the writers faced was how Tarzan should learn about his past. When Kala takes Tarzan back to the treehouse, she is essentially telling him that he was adopted. Bonnie Arnold, the producer for Tarzan, said this is necessitated by him encountering humans and recognizing he is one of them. As a way to explore the feelings in that scene, Arnold brought in adopted parents to talk with the story team. Another issue was the inheritance and overt racism in the original Edgar Rice Burroughs' Tarzan. The writers consciously chose not to include any African characters in order to avoid this topic. Okay. Staying with production, we go to casting. Brendan Fraser auditioned twice for the title character before portraying the lead role in George of the Jungle for 1997. George of the Jungle, I know. Tony Goldwyn auditioned for the title role as well, and according to co-director Kevin Leva, Goldwyn landed it because of the animal sense in his rings, along with some killer baboon imitations. For the signature yell, Leva and Buck desired the traditional yell, although Goldwyn faced difficulties with providing the yell scene. It's really hard to do physically. His co-star Brian Blessed ultimately performed the yell. Turk was originally written as a male gorilla, but following Rosie O'Donnell's audition, Turk was recharacterized as a female. Furthermore, Woody Allen was initially cast as the neurotic elephant Tentor. However, Katzenberg persuaded Allen to lead the project for DreamWorks Pictures' Ants for 1988 and exchange the studio would distribute his next 4 films. Agreeing to the deal, Allen departed from Tarzan in 1996 and was replaced by Wayne Knight. Again, DreamWorks Animation, Episode 1, and watch it after you don't watch it. Watch it after this video. So remember that. Staying with production, we go to animation. Oh yeah, closing out production, we go to animation. It's another one, long one, ladies and gentlemen. Here I go. The animators were split into 2 teams, one in Paris and one in Burbank. The 6,000-mile distance and difference in time zones posed challenges for collaboration, especially for scenes with Tarzan and Jane. Glenn Keane was the supervising animator for Tarzan at the Paris studio, while Ken Duncan was the supervising animator for Jane at the studio in Burbank. To make coordinating scenes with multiple characters easier, the animators used a system called a scene machine. That could send rough drawings between the 2 animation studios. Meanwhile, following production on Mulan, 200 animators at the Feature Animation Florida Satellite Studio provided character animation and special effects animation, where the filmmakers had to discuss their work through daily video conferences among the 3 studios. I guess no one is perfect, right? I thought so too. Wrong. Keane was inspired to make Tarzan surf through the trees because of his son's interest in extreme sports, and he began working on a test scene. The directors expressed concern that Tarzan would be made into a surfer dude, but when Keane revealed the test animation to them, they liked it enough to use it in the film during the Son of Man sequence, with movements inspired by skateboarder Tony Hawk. Although Keane was initially thought that Tarzan would be easier to animate because he only wears a loincloth, he realized that he would need a fully working human musculature while still being able to move like an animal. To figure out Tarzan's movements, the Paris animation team studied different animals in order to transpose their movements onto him. They also consulted with a professor of anatomy. This resulted in Tarzan being the first Disney character to accurately display working muscles. Okay, to prepare for animating the gorillas, the animation team attended lectures on primates, made trips to zoos, and studied nature documentaries, with a group of animators also witnessing a gorilla dissection to learn about their musculature. In 1996, the animation team went on a 2-week safari in Kenya to take reference photographs and observe the animals. On the trip, they visited Bwendi Impenetrable National Park in Uganda to view the mountain gorillas in the wild. Again, inspiration for the setting. In 2000, Chris Buck repeated the journey, accompanied by journalists to promote the film's home video release. To create the sweeping 3D backgrounds, Tarzan's production team developed a 3D painting and rendering technique known as deep canvas, a term coined by artist/engineer Eric Daniels. This technique allows artists to produce CGI backgrounds that look like a traditional painting, according to art director Daniel C. Pierre. The software keeps track of brushstrokes applied in 3D space. For this advancement, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences awarded the creators of Deep Canvas a Technical Achievement Award in 2003. After Tarzan, Deep Canvas was used for a number of sequences in Atlantis, The Lost Empire, for 2001, which I'll get to in the future episodes. Stay tuned. Particularly large panorama shots of the island and several action sequences, expanded to support moving objects as part of the background. Canvas was used to create about 75% of the environments in Disney's next major animated action film, Treasure Planet, from 2002, in which again I'll talk about in the next episode. So stay tuned for it coming soon. All right, that's it for production. Now let's go to music. In 1995, Phil Collins was initially brought onto the project as a songwriter following a recommendation by Disney music executive Chris Montan. Early into production, directors Kevin Lima and Chris Buck decided not to follow Disney's musical tradition by having the characters sing. "I did not want Tarzan to sing," Lima stated. "I just couldn't see this half-naked man sitting on a branch breaking out in song. I thought it would be ridiculous." Instead, Collins would perform the songs in the film, serving as the narrator. The choice of Collins a popular and well-established adult contemporary artist, led to comparisons with Elton John's early music for The Lion King for 1994. Tarzan was dubbed in 35 languages, the most for any Disney movie at the time, and Collins recorded his songs in French, Italian, German, and Spanish for the dub versions of the film's soundtrack. Wow, unbelievable. According to Collins, most of the songs he wrote for Tarzan came from improvisation sessions, and his reactions while reading the treatment. 3 of his songs he wrote, Son of Man, Trash Into Camp, and Stranger Like Me, were based on his initial impressions after he read the source material. The other 2 songs were You'll Be in My Heart, a lullaby sung to Tarzan by Kala, voiced by Clinton Close, and Two Worlds, a song Collins wrote to serve as the anthem for Tarzan. Yeah, and it's also the theme song to The Legend of Tarzan, the TV series, so remember that. Yeah, that was good. The instrumental scoring for the film was composed by Mark Mancina, who had previously produced the music for The Lion King, which was in episode 33, and the musical of the same name. Mancina and Collins worked closely to create music that would complement the film's setting and use many obscure instruments from Mancina's personal collection in the score. The idea of score and song arrangement came together as one entity, as Phil and I worked in tandem to create what's heard in the film. And Mancina said, "Alright, that's it for music, let's go to release." On June 12, 1999, the film premiered at the El Capitan Theater, with the cast and filmmakers as attendees following a 40-minute concert with Phil Collins performing songs from the film. On July 23, 1999, Disney launched a digital projection release of Tarzan, released only in 3 theatrical venues, including Walt Disney World's Pleasure Island multiplex for 3 weeks. Although Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and An Ideal Husband had been given earlier digital projection releases despite being shot on photographic film, Tarzan was notable for being the first major feature release to have been produced, mastered, and projected digitally. Okay, that's good. We on to marketing. Disney Consumer Products released a series of toys, books, and stuffed animals for Tarzan, partnering with Mattel to produce a line of plush toys and action figures. Mattel also produced the rad repeating Tarzan action figure, but discontinued it after complaints regarding the toys' onanistic arm motions. Continuing its advertising alliance with Mattel, its promotional campaign began on the film's opening day with several toys accompanied with Happy Meals and soda straws that replicated the Tarzan yell. Disney also worked with Nestle to create Tarzan-themed candies, including a banana-flavored bar. And by the way, the word Nestle needs to have an apostrophe and must have an acute symbol with letter E. It has to include an acute symbol with letter E. Forgot to put that in, but yeah, that's okay. We'll deal with that next time. In early 2000, Disney partnered again with McDonald's to release a set of 8 Happy Meals toys as a tie-in for the film's home video. They also offered Tarzan-themed options such as banana sundaes and jungle burgers. Ooh, banana sundaes, jungle burgers. I want them back. Bring it back, my friends. So switching over to home media. On February 1st, 2000, the film was released on VHS and DVD as well as on Laserdisc on June 23rd, 2000, only in Japan, making Tarzan the last Disney anime feature to be released online format. The DVD version contained bonus material, including the Strangers Like Me music video, the making of Trash in the Camp featuring Collins and NSYNC, an interactive trivia game. The 2-disc collector's edition was released on April 18, 2000, including audio commentary track recorded by the filmmakers, behind-the-scenes footage, and supplements that detailed the legacy of Tarzan at the film's development. These THX Super certified DVD releases and feature the same bonus features and a sneak peek for Dinosaur and DVD-ROM. And yes, I'll talk about Dinosaur on episode 39 of the series after Fantasia 2000, so be on the lookout for that coming soon. Both editions were placed in moratorium on January 31st, 2002 and placed back into the Disney vaults. By January 2001, the film was the most successful home video release of 2000, earning retail revenues of $268 million. On October 15, 2005, Disney released the Tarzan Special Edition on DVD. Tarzan's first Blu-ray edition was released throughout Europe in early 2012, and on August 12, 2014, Disney released the Tarzan Special Edition on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. Okay, that's it. Moving on to reception, starting with box office. Okay, here I go. The pre-release box office tracking indicated that Tarzan, appealing to all four major demographics, noticeably for the first time for a Disney animated film since Lion King, 1994. Okay. The film was given a limited release on June 16, 1999, and its wide release following 2 days later in 3,005 screens. During the weekend of June 18th to the 21st, Tarzan grossed $341 million. Grossed $34.1 million first at ranking first at the box office, beating out Austin Powers, The Flight of Shackney for 1999. At the time, it also ranked the second behind The Lion King for 1984, which had earned $40.9 million as the highest earning box office opening for a Disney animated film. By August 1999, the domestic gross was projected to approach $170 million. Ultimately, the film closed its box office run, earning $448.2 million worldwide. Okay, this should be pretty exciting. So let's go to same with reception. We go to critical. We go to critical reaction. It's another long one, guys. Ready or not? Here I go. Rotten Tomatoes reported that 89% of critics gave the film a positive review based on 105 reviews, with an average score of 7.56 out of 10. The critical consensus reads that Disney's Tarzan takes the well-known story to a new level with spirited animation, a brisk pace, and some early action set pieces. Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 from top reviews from mainstream critics, calculated a score of 79 based on 27 reviews, indicating generally favorable reviews. Entertainment Weekly compared the film's advancement in visual effects to that of The Matrix, stating that it had the neatest computer-generated background work since Keanu Reeves did the backstroke in slow motion. They elaborate by describing how the characters move seamlessly throughout the backgrounds themselves. Giving the film a unique three-dimensional feel that far surpassed the quality of previous live-action attempts. Roger Ebert gave the film his highest rating of 4 stars, and he has similar comments about the film, describing it as representing another attempt by Disney to push the envelope of animation, with scenes that move through space with a freedom undreamed in older animated films, and unattainable by any live-action process. Awarding the film 3 stars, James Bardinelli wrote, "From a purely visual standpoint, this may be the most impressive of all of Disney's traditionally animated features. The backdrops are lush, the characters are well realized, and the action sequences are dizzying. With frequent changes of perspectives and camera angles, no conventional animated film has been this ambitious before." Tessa Howe, writing for the Washington Post, claimed the film is up there with Aladdin, The Lion King, and The Little Mermaid. That rates the impact episodes of the series. I'm gonna tell you what they are. Actually, yes. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. They were on episodes. Episodes 29, 31, and 32 respectively. So go watch them right now. Yeah, but it's easily above the riffraffs of Hercules and Pocahontas, which I already did in episodes 35 and 34 respectively. So check them out. Actually, episodes 33 and 35. So watch them right now. Tom McCarthy of Variety proved that to be less amused by the animation. It was claiming it was richly detailed and colorfully conceived, but the computer animation and graphics are often intermingled and combined in ways that are more distracting in their differences than helpful in their vividness. Lisa Schwartzbaum, who rated the film an A-, applauded the film as a thrilling saga about a nature man untamed by the complications of civilized life, who can anticipate changes in the air by sniffing the wind. Swings because the Disney team, having sniffed the wind, went out on a limb and kept things simple. Peter Stack of the San Peter Stack of the San Francisco Chronicle admires the film for tackling means of family relationships and ideas about society, guardianship and compassion, and cunning and greed and the ultimate evil, as well as remaining faithful to Burroughs' original novel. Oh no, forgot to take off the S. But yeah, that's okay. Kenneth Turan of Los Angeles Times wrote that the story unfolds with dangers. The story unfolds with dangers as well as warm humor. A jungle jam session called Trash into Camp is especially hard to resist. We may have seen it all before, but when it's done up like this, experiencing it all over again is a pleasure. Janet Maslin, reviewing for the New York Times, similarly opined that Tarzan initially looks and sounds like more of the same, but to the point where Phil Collins is singing the words "Trust Your Heart" by the third line of his opening song, but it proves to be once again one of the most exotic blooms in the Disney hothouse, with voluptuous flora, hordes of fauna, and charming characters, and exciting kinetic animation that gracefully incorporates computer-generated motion. The Radio Times review was not positive. Yeah, it was negative, my friends. Totally negative. Stating the film falls way short of Disney's best output and featured weak comic relief. The review concluded, lacking the epic sweep of Mulan or The Lion King, and laced with feeble background songs from Phil Collins, inexplicably awarded an Oscar. This King of the Swingers may be merchandise friendly, but it's no Jungle VIP. Michael Wilmington, of the Chicago Tribune, while giving the film 3 stars, wrote that Tarzan lacks that special pizzazz that's the string of Disney characters features from The Little Mermaid through The Lion King all had. He found faults in the film's removal of all African characters, lack of romantic tension between Tarzan and Jane, and the songs by Phil Collins, comparing them unfavorably with Elton John's Showstoppers for The Lion King. He wrote, depriving the characters of big numbers weakens the movie. Oh no. Typer of Entertainment Weekly gave the soundtrack a B-, stating that it was awkwardly split between Collins' songs and the traditional score, was burdened by too many alternate versions of the tracks, and in some instances bore similarities to the scores of The Lion King and Star Wars. Oh no. That's it for the reaction. Let's go to accolades. Another long list, guys. It's going to be longer than they might expect it, so brace yourself, people. Academy Awards, Best Original Song, You'll Be in My Heart, music lyrics by Phil Collins, won! Yay! And then, moving on to the Annie Awards, they're all nominated. That's right, they are all nominated for Annie Award, but lost. Yes, right, Tarzan, and the Annie Awards, all the awards that Tarzan, all the nominees in Tarzan lost are gone. They've all lost it. So here's why. Annie Awards. Best Animated Feature, Bonnie Arnold. Outstanding Individual Achievements. Character Animation, Ken Duncan and Glenn Keane. Directing and Animated Feature Production, Kevin Lima and Chris Buck. Effects Animation, Peter DeMund. Music and Animated Feature Production, Two Worlds. Music by lyrics by Phil Collins. Production Design and Animated Feature. And the rest is an Animated Feature Production. Yeah, not gonna say an Animated Feature Production. I know. Production design, Daniel St. Pierre. Storyboarding, Brian Pimentel. Voice acting, Minnie Driver. And writing, Tab Murphy, Bob Zudiger, and Anyway, all nominated. And technical achievements in the field of animation, Eric Daniels. One! Yeah, we have a winner, my friends. One winner. In the Annie Awards, that's it. RTS Awards. Animated voice over feature casting. Ruth Lambert, won! Okay. Golden Globe Awards, Best Original Song, You'll Be in My Heart, music and lyrics by Phil Collins, won! Oh yeah, I love it. It's good. Golden Reel Awards, Best Sound Editing, two awards for Best Sound Editing. For Animated Feature, Per Halberg, Kurt Schalke, Craig S. Jaeger, Christopher Aselis, Scott Martin Gershon, Luke Kleiman, Jeffrey Chi Rube, and Peter Michael Sullivan nominated. Oh no. And Best Animated Music Anime Feature, Earl Giffari nominated. I'm sorry for this. Grammy Awards. The Best Song Written for a Motion Picture, Television, or Visual Media, You'll Be in My Heart, music and lyrics by Phil Collins, nominated. Best Soundtrack Album, Tarzan. And original Walt Disney Records soundtrack, Phil Collins and Barbara Gina, won! That's good. And Best Animated Film. And that's it. Las Vegas Film Critics Society Awards. The Best Animated Film, Can't Believe it, Chris Buck, what? Nominated. Yeah, nominated. And Best Song, You'll Be in My Heart, music and lyrics by Phil Collins, nominated. Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Favorite voice for an anime movie, Rachel O'Donnell, won! That's great. And favorite song for an anime movie, Two Worlds, music and lyrics by Phil Collins, nominated. I know. That was good. Online, Film and Television Association Awards. Best Original Song, You'll Be in My Heart, music and lyrics by Phil Collins, nominated. And the rest. The Satellite Awards. The Best Anime or Mixed Media Feature, nominated. Satellite Awards, Best Fantasy Film, nominated. Young Arts Awards, Best Family Film, Anime, nominated. And Best Performance in a Voiceover or TV or Feature Film, Young Actor, Alex Dealins, nominated. So that's it. That's all I say. Continue on with closing out accolades. The film, closing out accolades, as well as reception. The film is recognized by the American Film Institute in these lists. 2004, AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs, You'll Be in My Heart, nominated. And 2008, AFI's 10 Top 10, nominated animated film. That's right. That's right. Both of them are great, but they didn't make the list. And that's right, they didn't make the list, my friends. Sorry for that, people. Yeah, but it's okay. Finally, let's close out this episode with Adaptations. A spin-off anime series, The Legend of Tarzan, ran from 2001 to 2003. The series picks up where the film left off, with Tarzan adjusting to his new role as leader of the apes following Kerchak's death, and Jane, who she's married, adjusting to the life in the jungle. But in July 1999, Disney announced that they were planning a sequel for Tarzan. In 2002, Tarzan and Jane was released as a direct-to-video sequel, while Michael T. Weiss replacing Goldwyn as the voice of Tarzan. Tarzan 2 is a direct-to-video follow-up, was released in 2005. A Broadway musical produced by Disney Theatrical, also titled Tarzan, began previews on March 24, 2006, at an official opening night on May 10th of the same year. After running for over a year on Broadway, the show closed on July 8, 2007. 5 Tarzan video games have been released on various platforms. Tarzan's home is also featured as a playable role, Deep Jungle, in the 2002 game Kingdom Hearts, and the 2013 HD remaster Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, in which Goldwyn and Blessed were the only actors for the film to reprise their roles, while Jane was voiced by Naya Kelly and Audrey Wazowski reprised her role as Turk for the 1999 video game based on the film. The role was originally meant to return to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, but ultimately did not appear and has not appeared in any of the subsequent Kingdom Hearts games. And with that, that's the end of Tarzan, ladies and gentlemen. Final answer rating for the film. Man, we made it through 43 and a half minutes of non-stop talking about Tarzan. But yes, Tarzan is definitely a great movie. I hope anybody else can see like this. What a way to kick off another week here on this channel as we celebrate Easter in style. Happy Easter, everybody. You're gonna love it, Tarzan. And with all that said at the end, I'm gonna give Tarzan a score of 9 out of 10. Amazing. Great. It was an amazing movie. I really loved it so much. Just as I expected. It's always amazing. You're gonna look. I promise you, you're gonna love it no matter what. So, congratulations, Tarzan, you deserve it. But that is just my personal and conservative opinion. Feel free to read this with opinions in the comment section below. That being said, that's it for today. Thanks for watching an episode of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Be on the lookout for the next episode of Movie History, DreamWorks Animation coming soon. We'll be taking a look at Turbo. So don't miss, guys. Plus, we have a new episode of Lower 2. We'll be taking a look at Warner Bros. Discovery, KSFV, KVCW, KINGTV, KCPQ, and Toonami. And don't forget, we have the return of Logo Reviews coming soon. Season 2 is coming soon. As a little bit about news TV channels. I already finished Season 1, which was about children's TV channels. I'll be doing a compilation video coming soon before we move on to Season 2. So this should be pretty exciting. I can't wait for it. So be on the lookout for that as well. And also, the next episode of Logo History will be out soon than I think. It'll be about Lego So this will be good. Episode 509 in the series. And next month we have Blush's Day Diary Season 1 and the Motion Sleep Monsters app. We'll be taking a look at Seeking Super Motions. This will be good. Motion Monster Bivy will be coming back real soon. Clicker will be in the spotlight. And we'll have Season 2 Day 5 of the Motion Monster League. It's still trying to do it. I'll do it over at the other house. Yeah, I'll do it at the other house after I unpack. So stay tuned for that coming soon. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to talk to you guys again next time. For now, though, I gotta go to sleep. Don't forget to be on the lookout for Saturday's Supremacy. The semifinals are ending soon. As Lorman takes on Max tomorrow. So do my best, guys. It's gonna be awesome. But for now, though, all things must come to an end. I gotta end right here. So thanks for watching. I'm Big Sanchez, yourself. And I will see you next time on Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Join me next time for episode 38. Like I mentioned, it'll be about Fantasia 2000. Oh boy, this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, that's right, my fans. It is about Fantasia 2000. So do not miss it. You're going to love Fantasia 2000. It's got. It's exclusive. It's exclusive engagement January 1st to April 30th. The IMAX experience, Fantasia 2000 in IMAX. The 7 new pieces and 1 returning piece. I can't for the original Fantasia. I hope you are ready for it because it's gonna be awesome. You're going to love it. So just be on the lookout for that. Until then, if you want to go catch up on past episodes, now you can. I got a playlist for you to go check out from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs all the way up to Tarzan. So I'll put that link to the playlist up there on the top right corner of the screen so you can go check out right now. It's definitely worth the wait. Definitely go watch it right now. Click the card button and go catch up on past episodes before coming back here to check out Fantasia 2000. With all that said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for episode 39. So, episode 38. That's right, episode 38, as we take a look at Fantasia 2000. Until that time comes, please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to episode video, subscribe to notifications to episode new video for me as we're on the road to 1,800 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll speak to you guys again next time on Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. I'm Miguel Sanchez. Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Laters!